Chopper here. This 10-minute segment here I'm going to dedicate to destiny and my thoughts on destiny. As some of you may know, I've recently come to believe in destiny. I had not really beforehand believed in the preordained destiny of any sort. Believed it was all just random events, and though I believed in perhaps maybe a higher power, not specifically in the way that everybody else does, but regardless, like I said, destiny, I didn't believe in it, and till the chain of events more or less that have accumulated across my lifetime have come together and really made me consider that possibly there's a reason for my existence, and that I have a path that I have to continue on and complete. So I don't know. Like I said, really a week or two ago, I got that in my head, and I believe that completely wholeheartedly. Now, the other day, something happened, and I questioned myself, and that was because I run into some junkies, and I thought to myself, were they destined to be that way? Could I believe that their destiny was to be junkies and to be who they are? I mean, they were alright people, but they had a torturous addiction. It was sad, and maybe nobody would want that for somebody, I don't think. And so it made me wonder, what about other people that have lots of other sufferings of many kinds? I mean, is that their destiny? What is their destiny involved, and why is it so painful or torturous, or and why is somebody's destiny destined? Why are they destined to be something better? Now, I gotta say, destiny is more or less what you make of it. I started thinking it can't be one just clear-cut, determined path. Because really you got choices. You get to decide what what you're gonna do. So, in a way, it's kind of destiny. But a good friend of mine recently, he explained to me his belief. He didn't want to be named here, but he's got a pretty good belief. He kind of says that maybe we're like destiny kind of branches out like a spider web, and that when you go down a path, every so often you get to the branch, and it's either this one or that one, and what you do, it might jump you over into some other branch of destiny. And that's really the gist of probably what really occurs. If there's destiny, it has to operate something like that. Because what I do here can affect maybe somebody else, somewhere down the road, depending on what the event is. A pretty good example, would be in the event of, what I think is going to happen with the HAARP project and stuff. Because, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I've been hearing this signal on TVs, these are part of the coincidences that have led up to my belief in destiny. I mean, part of it is, my whole path through the mental illness thing. Just a few years ago, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder with schizophrenic tendencies, I also suffer from sleep apnea, but that's not a mental problem. I just can't breathe worth crap. But between that and the bipolar disorder, a lot of times I don't sleep but 2 hours a night, and unless I'm depressed, and then I'll sleep for 20 hours a day. And so anyway, I don't that, and they say that's why I committed. I've for longest time, ever since I was young, I've kind of had a real conceived notion. I always thought a lot about suicide. I really don't like the world. They say because of my mental illness or whatever, but really the truth is that sometimes I look at the world and I see so much pain and suffering and hate that I can't believe that we're supposed to deal with it. Why would anybody want to deal with it? I mean, there are some good moments, and I've had some good moments in my life. Some people don't have any good moments, I don't think, in their life, maybe. I don't know. Who am I to say? Anyway, I just know what I feel. It just seems like a lot of trial and tribulation. So yeah, a couple years ago, I actually tried to kill myself, and I probably would have been successful if I'd have tried a little harder. But I thought what I had was enough, and that was the point. It wasn't like I did it to do it. I did it because I didn't want to be here anymore, and that's no lie. So, but since then, I've, like I said, come to believe in destiny here. I think I've lived through a lot of crap. I've had a lot of serious head trauma. I lived through a lot of crap, and it's just like, wow, I must be here for some reason. I don't know why they, keep me in the game, because when I don't even want to play, and so essentially that's what it looks like to me. So after puzzling whether or not that's the destiny of my friends or other people or whatnot, do they all have preset destinies? And I'm sure that we all do in a way, but our decisions make up these connections between our destinies. And matter of fact, I was thinking today actually that your life really could be summed up in one string of binary code, because binary code is ones and zeros. So essentially that's on or off, or in this case, yes or no. And your life really can probably be summed up by examining all of the times you said yes or no. And those are all the things that shaped your life as it is, or your destiny as it is occurring. And it can probably be summed up in one long binary code, or, well, it'd be really short to tell you the truth in the real world. But I'm sure that if you counted up all the yeses and nos, it would probably be an interesting thing to see what the binary of somebody's life was. But anyway, that's beyond my thought. Like I said, I'm just a regular person. I am a ham radio operator. I'm a musician, and maybe not a good one on either terms, and I also surfed for a long time, and probably not really good at that either, I guess. But either way, I did it a lot, and here in the west coast of Florida, you got to know the weather to know when the waves are going to be up. So I was pretty avid on the weather. So all those things just kind of accumulated in my life and turned me onto this HAARP project, where I'd been hearing this sound on the TV for 3 or 4 years at least that nobody else could hear, and ended up seeing a TV show a few months ago that talked about this project called the HAARP project, and I Googled it and found that somebody had a sound wave, an MP3 of the sound of the HAARP signal, and I heard that, and it was amazing that it was the sound that I'd been hearing on the TV that whole time. So now I'm thinking, is there some sort of destiny that I've got to fulfill here regarding a HAARP in this situation? I mean, I don't think so. I don't want to. I ain't no ambitious person. I ain't nobody to do anything. Perhaps my destiny is to tell you people to pay attention and look for yourselves and try to figure out what the deal is, because everything that they're talking about is absolutely possible, and it can certainly happen and be effective in the ways that they theorize or that they're doing. They're probably, to be honest with you, if we think they can do it, they probably are doing it. And if they probably are doing it, they've probably been doing it a long time. So they're probably pretty good at it by now, and it's probably only going to get better. And the whole reason I'm bringing that up is because, I feel that the people that are controlling this knowledge at this time are not the people that are the people we should have controlling this. I think that the control of this power has gone the wrong direction, and it's going to be very important to everybody to regain the stability of everything by being able to control this power. Like, some of my other videos talked about the Enlightenment and whatnot, and you should watch those if you feel that's what you need to know. Like I said, I've essentially just gotten to the point where I believe that we're all on a path, and it's very important that we all fulfill our path, we follow our path, and fulfill it to whatever it is, because whatever it is, it's got to be important somewhere down the road to somebody else's path, if nothing else. So my 10 minutes are up now. I gotta go.